Hello, my name is Daniel Iannuzzi, and I'm a software development manager at AWS. And here I want to talk about Amazon VPC IP Address Manager, or IPAM for short, and how to create pools to manage your IP space. To get started, I've already created an IPAM, but I've done nothing else. And as you can see, when you first create an IPAM, you have 0 managed CIDRs and 0 pools, which means I haven't started my IP planning yet. So let's go ahead and get started by going over to the Pools tab. We are now going to create our first pool. Go ahead and click on Create Pool. And this pool here will be our top level pool to represent our corporate network. There isn't a source pool because it is the highest top pool. We're not going to specify a locale because we intend the pool to be global. And we're going to go ahead and add our initial CIDR, which we're going to use 10.0.0/8, which gives us 16 million IPs to work with for our internal network. I do want to configure a pool allocation rule setting. In this case, we want to make sure all of our child pools are /9s. So we'll go ahead and specify that for default min and max. And then finally, I don't have any tags I want to add, but feel free to add them. And then you can go ahead and create the pool. Pool creation happens fairly quick. We get a nice little screen here to show the pool creation in progress. Essentially what IPAM is doing is it's creating the pool, and then it's going to go ahead and allocate that 10/8 into that pool. And then you can see once pool creation is created, we can see all the pool details here. Now that we have our top level pool, we want to go ahead and create one for our US East 1 region. So we'll go back to pools and go ahead and create another pool. We'll name this one US East 1 top level pool. In this case, I'm going to provision it out of my top level corporate network. And you can see here which CIDR range the corporate network covers and how many IPs are available there. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and select a locale because I want this pool to be used in a specific region. We then need to go ahead and provision space out of this 10/8. And as you remember, we limited it to /9s, but we're going to go ahead and just take the first /9 block here. And in this case, do we have allocation rules that we want to specify? And so here again, we're going to go ahead and set a /10 as the minimum net mask length, default, and max. This just makes our life a little easier. I would go ahead and think through that a little bit more as you're allocating your space. We're not going to allow automatic import. You can see this option available. The reason being you want to enable this at your lowest level pool. And you can go ahead and create that, and we'll see a very similar pool creation screen. And once the pool is created and provisioned, we'll now have a regional top level pool for US East 1. Once I've created my US East 1, we're going to again go back to pools. And in this case, I'm going to create a pool to represent my production workloads. So maybe I'll call it US East 1 prod. And in this case, we're going to source this pool from our US East 1 top level pool, which has 8 million addresses available. And this time we can add CIDR by size. And I'm looking for a /10. And we're going to go ahead and allocate that first /10 block out of the /9. Again, you're going to want, and since this will be our lowest level pool in this demo, I'm going to go ahead and allow automatic import. And in this case, at the lowest level, I don't really care how we allocate CIDRs. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone. And then I want to go ahead and create that production pool. Once this pool is created, we'll be all set to go ahead and import our existing VPCs into our IPAM pools. IPAM is continuously scanning your usage of IP addresses to auto-populate your pools when you have automatically import discovered resources set to yes. And we did that when we created this production pool. It will take IPAM on the order of 15 minutes or so to recognize your existing resources and then go ahead and attribute them to this existing pool we created. Within 20 minutes, my pool with automatic import turned on will automatically detect my existing resources and create allocations for the CIDRs those resources are using. So immediately you can see here, I have 2 managed resources that my US East 1 prod pool detected. And if we go over to resources, you can see this is my inventory service and my billing service VPCs that I set up previously. For further information on planning your IP space out using IPAM, please see our Planning IPAM documentation. Thank you for watching.